The real question, and everyone has this question as a Mavs fan, is the defense. And I think that's why they're so far down this list at number 8. All I want to see this team have is a decent center. I still don't love the Kyrie fit. I still think it's a little awkward. I'm interested to see how we figure that out this season. And that team went to the Western Conference Finals. Now, that Western Conference was not as strong as it is today, but damn, you can't help but think, like, we went all that way with that. Well, we've got to be much better now, right? That was not a traditional Mavericks win. We played tough defense. The threes weren't really falling until like the second half. A lot of you guys in the community seem to think that this series is essentially the Mavericks to win. I really have no idea. We're going back to the finals. 13 years. 13 years. I had to watch us give Chandler Parsons a max. Harrison Barnes a max. The Boston Celtics win the NBA Finals in 5 games, beating the Mavericks probably by 20 points. I don't even remember the final score. I should be sad. I kind of got that out of my system whenever we lost Game 3 and we went down 3-0. Like, everyone was posting the profile pics today, and I participated, But were we really going to be the first team ever to defy the odds and come back from 3-0? Probably not. And obviously, going back to TD Garden wasn't great for Kyrie Irving. Wasn't great for most of the team. Luka was inefficient. Kyrie was inefficient. Everyone was pretty much inefficient except Josh Green. And you lose by 20-plus points in Game 5. It sucks, but you can't let that get down the entire season the Mavericks had. The Mavericks got further in this season than a lot of franchises ever. And I get that that's just kind of like a cope kind of thought process. Oh, you could have put up a better fight. Yeah, definitely. I didn't think we played particularly well in Game 1 or Game 2, and especially not Game 3. That one was bad. So what can you do, What can you do? But it was a great season. I'm disappointed right now, but it really was a great season. I mean, and it more sucks that basketball's over now. Like, yeah, my favorite team made it to the finals, but I'd be watching the finals regardless. So the fact that the Mavericks were in there was just kind of the cherry on top. But now it's like, all right, we got the draft in 10 days, which will be interesting. It'll be fun to talk about players and people I've been looking into, but it's not the same as watching the sport, And the Olympics are this summer, so that'll be fun. Summer League will be great. I've got Omax Prosper highlights I need to watch. Disappointing way to end the season, but not a disappointing season, I think is the best way to put it. Because if you would have told me we made the NBA Finals back in November, wouldn't have fucking believed you. I really wouldn't have. And we started off so good out of the gate, but then it was like back in November, all of December, outside of that Suns game, like that was tough. January, another tough month. February rolls around and we got to make moves because Grant Williams is playing like shit and he's not, melding with the team like we thought. We go out, we get PJ Washington. I thought it was a good move, but I also thought it was kind of desperate. We go out and get Daniel Gafford. Didn't really know much about him because he's a Wizards player, and he played for the Bulls, but, he didn't get a whole lot of playing time there. So, I don't know. When we traded for those guys, my opinions are on this channel. I was very indifferent about it. I thought, yes, it makes us a better team, objectively, but I didn't think it would make this much of a difference. And then that first game against the Thunder, where we just blew them out by like 30 points. And Luka threw a lob to PJ and Daniel Gafford, both in the first quarter when they came off the bench. One of the best moments of the season, really. There's so many good moments. The Luka step back on Gobert, blowing the Phoenix Suns out on Christmas, just making it to the finals in general, finally getting over the Clippers hump. Regardless if Kawhi was healthy or not. It was nice to finally see it out that we finally won a series over the LA Clippers, especially that team in particular, which probably won't exist next season because it seems like Paul George is going to the Sixers. Was that tampering, by the way? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Congrats to the Boston Celtics, really. They've been an amazing team since the beginning of the season when they had to integrate Drew Holiday, integrate Porzingis. And yeah, there were some awkward fits at the beginning, but it just kind of fit. It just worked. You win 60 games. You seem pretty much unbeatable. You run away with the first seed, and you just kind of dominate that entire conference to the point where no one even really comes close to you. You cakewalk to the finals, and I'm not saying it was the easiest run to the finals ever. It certainly wasn't difficult, but also you made light work of that entire conference. Really. No one was competing with you. The Bucks were the only team that people would even think about comparing to you, myself included, I thought the Bucks were going to be much better than they ended up being. But this is not going to be a particularly long video, more just, the season's over, and that sucks. And we could have played better in the finals, and everyone's like, this is the worst finals ever. And when I was talking it up to be like, oh, it could be as good as, this 2016, 2017 Warriors Cavs games. Which, by the way, I don't know why everyone romanticizes that series. Everyone hated those seasons back then. Like, everyone knew it was going to be Cavs, Warriors in the finals. Everyone hated the Warriors. Despised them. I hated the Warriors, especially when Kevin Durant was there, and LeBron was just like, I was indifferent to LeBron at the time. I thought he was amazing, and I thought those series were great to watch, but I don't miss that time of basketball. Does that make sense? I don't know. I wish we would have had a better showing. That game 4 showed like how good we could be at home. There's not a whole lot of analysis I can give to this series. Like, the Celtics were just the better team, and I came into it knowing that the Celtics were the better team, even without Porzingis being healthy, which he hasn't been the entire playoffs pretty much. Outside of game 1, they just cakewalked pretty much. I mean, how many games have they lost in the playoffs? Like 3? That's absolute domination, really. And you could say, the Timberwolves and the Nuggets might have given a little bit of a better shot. I don't think the Timberwolves would have. The Nuggets maybe, but they seemed gassed. But yeah, the end of an NBA season, and it sucks. Thank you for everyone that's commented, liked, subscribed, supported, all of that good stuff. It means a lot. I've got so much going on, but I enjoy talking basketball, and this is like one of my favorite things. So anyway, y'all take care. Thanks for a great season. Have a good one.